Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Evergreen Inks. Today we're going to do a really quick updated comparison between Toscana and Epoca leathers. How this is patinaed and how it compares to Epoca again. I don't have a very accurate memory on what this leather felt like when I first got it, which is just about a year ago now. So I would very much recommend going and watching my first leather comparison video. It's still up. I plan on keeping it up for the duration of however long this account is up, of course. But I will hazard guesses at how this has changed. But I would still go back to that video for the greatest accuracy. So just to start off, this is a pocket Gillio Compagna. This is the Toscana leather. This is the first iteration of this color when it came out, the green, just regular green. It is pebbly and it's very floppy. Very floppy. You can kind of see like it just flops. You can also kind of see that the rings have just started a little bit to make their mark through both layers. Not on this side, I keep a lot of stuff on this side. Through both layers of the leather. I would say it's like thin, floppy leather, but I wouldn't call it like the thinnest or the most delicate either. So I have been using this cover. I started using it consistently starting probably mid-February and used it for, I would say, most of 2024. Used it from February to mid-July. For sure. Then was out of it rest of July, August, September, October. So what's 12 minus 4? 8. I would say I have 8 months and now it's mid-January. So maybe like 8.5, 9 months of consistent use, everyday use in this cover. Actually, I'll say 8 months because there was a portion of time in November and December that I was in the Pocket Mia, which I will also be showing today. So I would say 8 months of consistent use, everyday use. I don't put this cover in a pouch when it goes in my everyday bag. It just goes right in my bag. It rubs up against other stuff. I have like hit the edges with like a zipper multiple times, and the zipper teeth, and it doesn't necessarily like eat quite as badly as like the Epoca leather. I would get like a lot of teeth, like the zipper teeth marks against the Epoca. So I would say like the Epoca is maybe a little bit more delicate in terms of I would just say it's a little bit more delicate. How about I put it that way? Okay, so I have 3 Gillio green covers that I'm going to compare this video. This is Epoca. These two are both Epoca green. This one was new when I got it in spring of 2023, and I have used it for like a month at a time when I do use it. So I wouldn't say this one's very patinaed at all. And then this one I bought secondhand and it was already very patinaed. And then when I use it every day all the time. So I would say this one's a very patinaed Epoca. So I'm going to be comparing the Toscana to both of these. And this one's also older as well. So yeah. Anything else? I would say that, I don't know if you can see it in this light, but there is some darkening of like the tops of the pebbles. I don't know if my lighting can show you where my hand oils are the most. So like on the clasp and like some of the front. I will say that that this is darkening, but I don't know if I'd say very quickly. It's not like an undyed leather, but I don't have very much experience long term with any cover really in terms of patina, because the covers that I had previously long term were the VDS Touch Me's, which don't patina in color very much at all. They just I don't want to say get more wet or maybe more oily. So Touch Me's start out very dry and then just absorb your hand oils, and they become like a shiny, moisturized, I guess. I would say Tuscana does the same thing. It does feel like it's darkening just a little bit in patches, not consistently necessarily, just where my hand oils are. But I would say it's definitely less dry than it was when I first got it. So I think that's the biggest thing with Tuscana. So I'm going to compare Tuscana to my more well-loved Epoca. And I would say like this Epoca is still, I would say Tuscana is more dry than this Epoca, but it's also been like this one's been loved for years and years in comparison to the single on and off year of Tuscana. I would say it's still not quite as floppy as like the really well-loved Epoca. It's still floppy, right? But it doesn't have it quite as much give still. But it still doesn't have quite as much give. Maybe it's just the way that I've packed it, but I feel like this has a little bit more give as well. So yeah, this is smoother just because the pebbles are less raised. But it does like have a shiny, smooth feel, and this feels still very matte, I'd say. Less matte than when I got it, but definitely still like pretty matte, if that makes sense. I think the Tuscana was darker even in my first video, and I have like partly cloudy lighting now. I think it was still darker, so I don't think it darkened that much. But yes, I definitely say this is a little bit more matte than this one. But this is still much more oiled, I'm gonna say, than my Touch Me's. So I would definitely call my Touch Me Standard TN the most. Let me see if I have it. So I thought I put it up on my shelf, but it looks like I did not. Just scanning really quickly. Okay, so I can't pull it out to show you, but I think even with the intense use I had of my Touch Me Standard TN, this is still more oiled than that one was. So I would say if you don't like Touch Me, this is not as intense as that. Yeah, so just comparing that, and then comparing to the new, also slightly not patinaed Epoca, this is more dry. Definitely. Even with the texture of like pebbles versus no pebbles, this is much more dry than this one. So here's like some pebbling, I guess, and like just me feeling it. This one needs a lot of love in terms of like oil and leather care in comparison to this one. Yeah, if you have any more questions, that's basically the update. I will say, like right before we go, let's just go here. So it's definitely worn in. It's loved. I've stretched it. I feel like I've stretched this strap a lot because I'm in 25mm rings. But it lies like completely flat, no issue, even with the big back pocket. And then I don't know if you can see like just how absolutely floppy and wonderful it is. And it's great. I love it. It's sturdy. It doesn't have a lot of wear, as I said, like maybe a little bit of one of the stitching, because I caught it with that zipper that I was talking about. It's definitely like molding, you know, like it's aging well, I'd say. That's what it looks like. The corners aren't bending too much necessarily, I'd say. I would say bending is like tucking in, like it's definitely molding around my inserts. But with this extra pen loop here, I wouldn't say like this is curling in too much, but I do sometimes just like straighten it out a little bit, because at the clasp, because I fill it so full, it does bend just a little bit more. And I do have like a clasp indent, which doesn't bother me. You can see the outline of whatever they use to reinforce the clasp. Again, that doesn't bother me. I think it's holding up really well. I'm not a destroyer of planners when I use them, but I don't baby my planners either. And like, because my planner is my everyday carry and it goes with me everywhere, I don't feel like I have the time or energy to baby my planner, but I still feel like it's doing really, really well. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I got this on the premium good deal. I don't think I was like the first deal, and they didn't have any good deals. So I think when I bought it right in the middle. But like, it's good. Gillio holds up really well if you take care of it. And yeah, it's doing fine. It's doing fine. It's definitely a drier leather than Epoca, but I didn't have a problem because this is my favorite color and I wanted it in this style. And I'm glad, like, I can see myself using this for years, I guess. Not trying to promote the brand, not trying to promote buying, but in terms of a year's worth of wear and patina, it's doing really well. And if you scratch it, like, it rubs right out immediately. Maybe with like a little bit of water, but yeah, like, that's gone. You know, it's a really good planner. I do like Epoca better personally, but maybe that's just because I really like the feel of this patina and this hasn't gotten there yet. But I also do enjoy pebbled texture, so I wasn't too terribly upset that this came in like regular small pebbles, because I find that tactilely satisfying. And like, there were some here, but they're smoothing out, and I feel like these ones are more intense. So yeah, I think that's everything. I know it's a really short and sweet video, and I apologize for that. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try to answer them in the comments. And I could even do a part 2 if there are enough questions in the comments. But yeah, I've had this for about a year. I think I bought it mid to end of January and moved into it full time in mid-February. So that's that. Let me know if you need anything, and I will talk to you guys next time. Okay.